Hey, good morning, Katie, Steph. A good start to our day so far. Quiet for your Tuesday, but things are going to turn around very quickly as we head into tomorrow. Let's break down how things are going for you early this morning with temps near 30 degrees here in Eau Claire. No wind chill at this time, but we are going to see winds get a little breezy for us as we head into our afternoon. Looking good outside of Phoenix Park. Yesterday we hit 41 degrees for our high temperature. That's well above the average that we normally see around this time at 29. We're going to try to go to 40, maybe even 41 again today, and it's only going to get warmer as we go into Wednesday too. Take a look at the high temperatures forecast for today. 42 in Eau Claire. We got some mid 40s to our south and possibly some 50s as close as Waterloo, Iowa. 54 their forecast high. 58 though is where we're going to go as we head into tomorrow. Toasty for December, and that's going to likely set the chance for a new record. Now there's going to be some spots in the mid to upper 60s and maybe some 70s as this warm front tries to creep into parts of the Chippewa Valley tomorrow. The old record, or what would be the old record should we hit 58 tomorrow, is set in 1894 at 54 degrees for December 15th. A good chance to break that. I would be surprised if we fell short tomorrow with how strong that warm front is coming in. But look at Thursday's highs. They don't last much. Temperatures back towards freezing as we head into Thursday, and winter takes a hold once again heading into the weekend. With that, we get a little cloud cover out there early on today. It's higher level cloud cover, so we won't be dealing with much at the surface. In fact, we'll be seeing some filtered sunshine here and there throughout the day. High pressure is still controlling most of the eastern United States, but a lot of cloud cover coming in with a couple different surface lows trying to cut across the Rockies, and as they do that, we're going to see them wing in towards us here as we go into tomorrow night and into Thursday, and that's going to lead to some very interesting weather. A lot of brown showing up on the map, which means that we have a high wind watch from 6 p.m. Wednesday till 9 a.m. Thursday. That's for gusts higher than 55 miles an hour, possible outside of any rain chances or thunderstorms, and that's going to mean rapidly falling wind chills overnight as those freezing temps come back for Thursday. The wind advisory the same, just in that lighter brown shaded category. We could see them maybe get up to 55, but better chances inside that watch zone. Now, wind forecast for us is going to be relatively extreme. We got gusting up to 30 miles an hour out of the east-southeast today, but then 55 plus Wednesday into Wednesday night, and then Thursday they could even stick around in the upper 40s with our wind speeds, even as they turn around to the west-northwest and the system comes by. Also, the system is going to do one other thing, not only give us record-setting highs and the chance for strong winds, but we have severe weather in the mix. So level 1, isolated risk in the dark green zone, mainly along and south of I-94 for the Chippewa Valley. We're going to be seeing general thunderstorms for everybody here in the mint shaded area. The worst case scenario is going to likely stick down in that yellow shaded area in central and northern Iowa and southern Minnesota. For us in that level 1 marginal risk, straight line wind gusts, the main threat. The rest of it, pretty tough to get and pretty tough to come by. The tornado threat's going to stay well out of the area, staying down closer to that yellow shaded area as we get into Wednesday night into Thursday. Futurecast will show us that with cloud cover scooting along. We have mostly cloudy to partly cloudy here today, and then overnight some isolated showers will start to develop through central and eastern Wisconsin into early tomorrow morning when we could get a couple of our own. This is now 8 a.m. on Futurecast for Wednesday. A couple of isolated showers can become a little more widespread as we head into our midday Wednesday. That's going to all continue to increase as we head into the later evening. 7, 8 o'clock, we could see a couple of isolated storms. Then watch this. The main line comes in on Futurecast around 10:30, 11 o'clock Wednesday is what it's suggesting. That's when the stronger chances for some severe storms will be possible. There's a little gap, a little break. Some of us may get clipped, though, with some turnover to snow into Thursday morning as those freezing temps come in. So very busy, very up and down. The whippiest whiplash you could think of coming in here Wednesday and the Thursday, and then it's just winter again. After that, maybe some flurries on Friday.
Just winter again.
Just winter again. Yeah, a very busy forecast for you. Starting off early this morning with dense patchy fog. If we look outside, this is supposed to be Chippewa Falls, but we can't really see what's happening because of that fog moving into the area. Expect that to continue as we go into at least noon today. In fact, that's when our dense fog advisory expires across the Chippewa Valley. Every county that's in gray is dealing with this dense fog this morning, and it's all the moisture left over from the melting snow that we had the past day or so. From that, we are going to continue to melt snow today, with visibility being reduced to around 1/4 of a mile. That will continue to lead to a pretty iffy start to your morning. But things only, well, really kind of get worse in terms of what the forecast looks like for later today. Now, here's one thing that might not seem bad. Temperatures are near 40 degrees for us here already. A warm front is starting to creep into parts of southern Wisconsin. That's going to draw up the upper 50s and potentially put us at 60 degrees this afternoon. Sounds really nice, doesn't it? Some spots even in the mid 60s or towards 70 down in Iowa. And in fact, that could lead us to the chance of a record warmest high temperature for December 15th. That would break from 127 years ago, and we would absolutely shatter that 54-degree record from back in 1894 if we get to 60 today. The thing is that 60 is not going to be all fun and sunshine for you. It starts with the fog and the mist and some rain that's going on across northern and central parts of Wisconsin here early on this morning. We still might see some fog, mist, and light drizzle across the Chippewa Valley as that fog advisory is in place, but most of us will start to see some slight drying out as we go through the rest of our day. In fact, this warm front that's stretched across Iowa now is going to continue to lift north and actually try to pull in some clearer air for a brief moment until our storm gets here later on today. That storm is going to be coming out of Utah and Colorado and is going to quickly move up towards us here as we go into our evening, and that could lead to some very severe weather across the area tonight. Significant severe weather possible across portions of southern Minnesota, western Wisconsin, northern, central, and southern Iowa. This red shaded area is a level 4 of 5 risk for severe storms, meaning widespread severe weather is possible for us inside that shaded area. The level 3 risk is the orange zone. That includes places like Menominee, Eau Claire, and Chippewa Falls. That also means that we could see numerous severe storms later on today. The risk decreases a little bit as we go to the northeast, but the entire Chippewa Valley is on alert today. Make sure you turn your alerts on and stay tuned. We're going to be watching this all day long because the biggest threat for us is mainly going to be strong straight line winds and wind gusts that could reach hurricane force, meaning that would be an excess of 70 to 80 miles an hour in this widespread zone is where the highest risk is for that. We still have a high risk here in the Eau Claire area through these thunderstorm chances later on today. That will lead us into some potentially damaging winds later on. The latest update I have for you, and this just came about here early this morning in the last 5 minutes or so, is our threat for tornadoes. In that moderate risk zone off to our south and west, there is a medium risk, meaning that there is a decent chance for a few to come about. This hatched area means that they could possibly become significant. That would mean higher than an EF1 tornado possible in that zone. Not guaranteed, but possible. Eau Claire, Chippewa Falls, and Dunn are in a lower risk, but we're still going to need to watch out for that today. Those are the two things. Straight line winds and tornadoes are going to be the main threats as the severe storms come through. Let's talk about timing now, because that's going to be very important for us as we head into the later parts of today. When we get these showers and some of this cloud cover to clear out, 10 a.m. still a couple possible. By about 1 or 2, though, we might see some slight clearing or thinning of the clouds. That's going to increase our chances for instability to grow. That might even give us a little sunshine this afternoon. A couple of isolated storms could sprout from that as we head into around 3, 4, 5 o'clock. But after about 5 to 6 o'clock, most models are suggesting this line of storms moves through very quickly. It's going to be a fast-moving storm, and that's going to likely wrap up anytime between 9, 10, or 11 o'clock. Right now, models have a little discrepancy there, but between 5 and 10 p.m., you're going to want to be on high alert for these severe storms to come through. This zone here, after they come through, is the drying air that comes in behind that main front. It's going to try to turn some of that rain over to snow that could clip northern parts of western Wisconsin, places like Cumberland and Rice Lake. The rest of us are going to be dealing with extremely strong winds outside of thunderstorm chances beyond that. A high wind warning after severe weather from 9 p.m. tonight until 6 a.m. tomorrow. We could still see severe thunderstorm-like wind gusts without the thunderstorm. 60+ mile-an-hour winds for the entire state of Wisconsin and a lot of the region possible through tomorrow morning. That could lead to potential flash freezing, wind chills dropping down towards 0. Those gusts are going to be strong outside of any thunderstorms tonight. Again, alerts on. Have a plan. That's the biggest thing we can say. Have the Storm Tracker 18 weather app handy. We'll have all the updates on there. The alerts will come through there. Make sure that you have an idea of what is to come tonight, because you're going to want to make sure that you can be in a shelter when these storms hit. It may be a long night.
All right, and tomorrow morning we will be here with any coverage on any sort of damage that we may see or anything of that sort. So make sure that you have your alerts on tonight as you head to bed, all of that good stuff.
And make sure to follow Justin on Facebook. Justin, you'll be keeping people updated through there as well with all of the information
We're going to also try to do a Facebook Live probably around 10 a.m. If you have any questions, we'll be able to try to answer some of those then.
Sure.